Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dollars Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So, we finally did it. This is our final review for Ragnarok, the Manhwa, which was created by Myung Jin-Lee or Lee Jin. I can't remember. Let me double check. Oh, I should have had this open. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed because I was supposed to review this show, and two of the episodes are missing. The people who own it privated it for whatever, privated two episodes for whatever reason, and it's like, uh, so you have the pretty much the entire show put up there, and you're gonna private like two of the episodes. Like, wow, assholes. And it's like they probably making a lot of money off showing this to people because like there's like ads every like 2 minutes, which makes the show unwatchable for me. And it's like they must be making a lot of money, so it's like why the hell are they? Why did they private two episodes up? So annoying, but whatever. Today we're reviewing obviously the final volume of Ragnarok Into the Abyss, which ended on a cliffhanger. The volume is called Memories of Shadow, Volume 10. And the reason why apparently this happened was he took a hiatus to work on the MMORPG and apparently never came back to finish the manga. So, the manhwa. So it's like, wow, thanks Myung Jin-Lee. You're fantastic, dude. So, what happened in this final volume, right? So we have our continuation with Chaos's fight against Sukurai, who leveled up, by the way. He's now level 13. When all of our characters are still at the. Oh, not only did he level up, but Lydia also leveled up. Instead of being level 3, she's level 5 now. And then the quotations is double level up, we're feeling generous. And Skurai also leveled up. So like if you read the manhwa, they have like the character sheets for all the different characters. Oh, also Fenris leveled up too. Okay, that's interesting. She's on level 11. So like yeah, she's still fighting in the tournament. Chaos is fighting Skurai to save Iris, who he captured and put a spell on her that she's gonna be entombed and is like rock unless Chaos kills Skurai and gets the keystone from him. And there's a cool scene where like Skurai is distracted and like Chaos cuts him in half, literally. And it's like super cool. But it turns out like, it was like illusion or something, and he gets attacked by like monsters that Skurai created. Right? Chaos quickly defeats him, and then defeats them. Sorry, and Skurai has a flashback where you see him when he was a young knight working in a castle. He falls in love with the princess. The princess is supposed to marry this nobleman or whatever, which turns out to be a demon in disguise. Gets Skurai arrested because he's been like romancing with the princess. In the dungeons, he gets in contact with Talatsu. Talatsu gives him a deal. Hey, join forces with me, and I'll free you, and you can meet your loved one for one last time. Skurai accepts, obviously, gives his soul to Talatsu. They escape. They fight the demon. His girlfriend gets killed. by the demon. And flashback ends. The chaos and Tsurai fight continues. Iris wakes up and uses her rune powers to help Chaos, and Chaos finally kills Tsurai. What happened to Tsurai's ultra healing factor? It just goes away, I guess. Yeah, and it just goes away after the Fenris fight. She goes and saves Iris and Chaos, right? Because Chaos was too bushed out after the fight to release Iris, and and like the reason why Fenrir knew where to look for him, because at one point during the fight, when they're fighting the tower, Screw-Eye shows off and uses an attack that steals an attack from like Chaos, and like and the sword wave just slashes through the tower and hits like a pedestrian in the fight. One of the pedestrians that was watching Fenrir fight in the tournament. So after that happens, we continue with our other characters who are in Alfheim, trying to find a secret treasure. Loki is like keeping the other two alive, while the Viceroy sends his henchman after Loki, and the henchman turns out to be another assassin of the same class as Loki, who's just as powerful as Loki, and it ends pretty much on a cliffhanger after that. But before that, we had some comic relief with where Lydia heals both her cat character Cess and the elf girl with some healing items, but gives the really cheap healing item to Cess, her faithful cat companion, who for a second looked like was going to die because he gets struck by the female assassin character, which I forget her name, and it kind of doesn't matter because the volume just ends pretty much after that. So we had some pretty cool action. The Screw-Eye origin story was shorter than I remembered it being. Honestly, I remembered it being longer. But yeah, it was super short. But it was still pretty cool. It was nice to see that. Oh, he was very much a lot like Chaos when he was younger, right? And the fight scene with Chaos and Screw-Eye was really cool. Though it would have been nice if he used like the final attack on Screw-Eye was like a special attack or something, like Magnum Break or Dragon Slash, which I prefer, but Magnum Break over Dragon Slash, but Dragon Slash is technically a stronger attack. But yeah, he just stabs him, right? He just runs him through with his sword vision, right? So which is I guess okay. We don't exactly know what happened to Talatsu after that, the demon sword. They just forget about it, I guess. Like, you can't just leave like a demon sword lying around, right? But it doesn't matter. It just ends after that, and we're probably never going to get a sequel to this or a continuation of the series. I mean, maybe never say never, because this guy could need money, right? Like, can he live the rest of his life off the residuals from like a free-to-play game? Like, it's because like Ragnarok is free-to-play now. It's like it's not monthly, so it's like, man. And it's the thing, they're still making Ragnarok games. So I don't know if he's still like making residuals off of that. Which I own 2 of the games. Not any of the MMOs. I don't play MMOs. But I own the DS game, which I paid like $40 for, and the Monster Hunter clone of Ragnarok called Ragnarok Odyssey, which came out for the Vita, which I'm thinking of playing again, even though I kind of hate like Monster Hunter games because they're like there's no story and you can't level up, so it's like, man, what's the point? Well, I guess the point is to get cooler items and swords and like, well, in Odyssey you only get costumes. You don't get like, you know, cool armor like you do in Monster Hunter, which sucks. Which, if you're gonna copy Monster Hunter, you should copy the coolest part of Monster Hunter, which is obviously you collecting materials and building like armor and weapons and shit. That's what I love about Monster Hunter when I play Monster Hunter, right? So yeah, if I were to give this final volume a rating, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, but it sucks. It ends on a cliffhanger, but obviously. It's the thing where, like, could the asshole not have at least, you know, like, finished up the arc? The only thing that, you know, the only thing they wrapped up was Screw Ride. And let's be real, if it wasn't for the fact that this manga ended, like, on a cliffhanger, I would have assumed that Screw Ride was going to come back. Because it's, like, he kind of died in, like, you know, somewhat anticlimactic way where he gets distracted because like Iris kind of reminds him of the old princess and he gets like run through, which, you know, we would have expected like I said, either a dragon slash or a magnet break or a new fucking like skill or something. Still drinking brisk lemon tea or iced tea, sorry. I'm not an alcoholic, guys. I swear to God, I can't afford to get drunk every day. Right? I don't know. Someone gave me a nickname called my half Spanish friend on YouTube called me Borracho. Like I wouldn't know what Borracho would mean, which Borracho in Spanish means drunk. Like I wouldn't know what that means, man. Oh my God. Which maybe I'm Spanish and maybe I'm not. I'm not telling nobody. But yeah, like, unfortunately the manga ended on a cliffhanger. I'm thinking of reviewing other manhwa just like this, like, what was it called? Curse Protector. And there's this other manhwa, called, what was it called? Edge of Time or something. I actually have the first volume. Right, I don't need to read it off the scanlation site, but like I gotta find it. Yeah, but like the next manhwa series we're gonna review on a weekly basis is going to be Priest, which Paul Bettany played the Priest character in the movie. Honestly, it like no joke. That Priest movie that came out years ago, that was based off the manhwa. All right, guys, that's it for today's review. I'm also going to. I also finished my Inhumans, like Marvel Ultimate Collection book, which like took me like 2 weeks to read because there's like 425 pages. So I'm also gonna review that. All right, guys, peace.